All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Wa Akwatim, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. All right, this is going to be another video through the Spirit. All right, I was on YouTube listening to the, I'm going to butcher his name. The brother from London, I believe, Raquam. And I may have just butchered it, but I believe he's the second in command of the GMS London camp. And, he was doing that video on that Edomite woman, trying to pretend like she was on our side. Oh, I would have had slaves. I'd have been defending them. Doing what Esau Edom does best, which is try to, pretend like they're your friend. Hey, these devils, hey, now that their shame is being spewed out, all right, what is it, shameful, basically shame is being put on their name, they're trying to pretend like they're our friends, all right, and they know good and goddamn well, which is along the lines of how I was going to title it, all right, if all of Israel just got up, if we all just got up and decided to leave, all right, if we all just decided to stop participating in the workforce, this place would crumble, all right. They don't want to let us go. They do not want to release us from slavery. They don't want to be our friends. They just want us to be calm and continue to make them money and to be under them and to serve them. All right. Sirach chapter 41, verse 6. It says, "The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach." So now that their forefathers were great sinners, now they're starting to have a reproach, all right? And now their inheritance is starting to perish. They're starting to, because here soon they're going to go into slavery, how we had to go into slavery, all right? And they're beginning to complain about it. Verse 7, it says, "The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake." And that's what they're starting to do, all right? Complain of an ungodly father, all right? That woman, she was given every book and excuse, book in Slack. She was giving every excuse in the book, all right? There is not a single nationality on this planet that would trade places with us, all right? None of you would want to go through what we went through. None of you would want to live your life how we have to live our life. We're at the bottom of the society, yet we're the ones keeping it afloat, all right? We've been in captivity by every nation, all right? Matter of fact, I can get that in Maccabees real quick. First Maccabees 2:10, it says, "What nation hath not a part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils?" It says, "All her ornaments are taken away, or Slakia, of a free woman she has become a bond slave." So we've been slaves, we've been defeated, we've been taken by every single nation around us, all right? And we're underappreciated and treated like absolute shit, all right? And no amount of damage control that you devils can do, all right? And I'm gonna have pictures of. There's no amount of damage control that you can do that can change that fact. The average Israelite, the average grown Israelite is working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week just to survive. And we're still just scraping by. All right. We're the ones that make the wheels of this society turn. All right. Just like that movie. I'm going to have the picture up, A Day Without a Mexican. And really, A Day Without an Israelite. You devils couldn't survive. All right. You don't want to see us free. You don't want to see us prosper. You're just trying to lull us back to sleep. You just don't want us in the spirit of getting angry and kicking up dirt at you. All right, you just want us to be good little boys and girls with our hands in the dirt picking. Verse 12, it says, "And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?" And it says, you Gentiles have profaned it. All right, you're the ones that have us in this condition. We're not free. We can't get up and leave the country when we want to. We have to have a passport. We can't be anywhere at whatever time of the day we want to because we have to be at work. All right? Even the most menial job that an Israelite could be doing, let's say you're a janitor at McDonald's. McDonald's is a multi-million, if not by now, billion-dollar corporation. So if you eliminated all of the Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American McDonald's janitors, McDonald's would topple overnight. Why? Because it would overwhelming filth and disease would overtake the buildings. All right, within a day of all these fat nasty bastards shitting out their McDonald's meals. All right, you devils don't. So that the way I'm gonna leave the link to it. She was trying to slither her way in. Oh, you can't. Oh, well, I'm a good one. Oh, we can't all suffer for what our forefathers did. We had to suffer for what ours did. All right, so you're gonna do the same. All right, let me get. Matter of fact, this real quick. All right, you devils treat us like absolute doo-doo. You have put us at the base of society, and then you have pointed the finger at us and try to make us look like it's our fault. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 23. It says, "But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee," which is you devils. You afflict us. It says, "Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over." Now, this is figurative talk. Or do people, well, shoot, some Israelites do literally get walked over, man. But this is showing you the reputation that we have in the society, all right? But another way to look at it, if you're laying down as the ground, what does that mean? That means you're the support system. Us, the Israelites, we're the support system of America. If all of the nation of Israel decided to stay home tomorrow, do you know what would happen? No planes would be in the sky, barely any vehicles on the road, all right? Internet would be shut down because who's in there? Man, no hot water is going to be running. No water, period. All right. Traffic lights is going to be turned off. Supermarkets are going to be closed down. All right. We're the backbone of this society, and you devils, you Edomites, and the rest of these heathen nations are walking all over us, and you get mad when we stand up and say something about it, and you want to pretend as if we're not in this position. Oh, well, you just should have made better choices in your life. Well, we aren't presented with the same choices that you devils are. We don't have grandparents who, on our 16th birthday, can go out and buy us a $20,000, and that's very low end. $20,000 for a vehicle, that's low end. We don't have a grandpa who can do that. All right. We don't have a grandmother who has cousins. All right, who can get us, or I'll say relative, who can work out a deal to get us into a college. All right. If we can't ball our ass off, we're not going anywhere. We don't have the same avenues and advantages. My words is all tore up today. That the rest of you heathen nations do, and for you to pretend like we're just making this up shows you how wicked we truly are. Because the same thing, the Egyptians were treating us the same way, treating us like crap and overworking us. And whenever something happened, it was just our fault, and we just had to work harder. And that's not right. All right, Deuteronomy chapter, perfect. Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to start at 43. Now, I could read through this whole chapter at 15 on down, but specifically I want to start at 43. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high," the stranger dealing with the heathen nations, "and thou shalt come down very low," which we are today. All right, when you look over, you see somebody emptying a trash can. Who is it? Israelite. When you see somebody cleaning out windows, Israelite. But when you look over and you see somebody in a fucking Lamborghini, who is it? A heathen. Whether it be Edom, Ishmael, all right, Elamite. When you turn on the commercials, who do you see with smiles on their faces? The heathen. All right, and now when you go out into the public and you see the sadness and the people working, complaining about working all types of hours. Who is it? Jake. These devils and these heathens have got up very high, and we're down here at the bottom. And you bastards need us. If it wasn't for the Israelite low-end workforce, the world would cease. All right. Verse 44, "He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail." All right. When you go to a bank to get whatever you need, are you going to a black-owned bank? All right. There might be a black bitch working the counter, but who owns that bank? Who's the multi-million, maybe billionaire person, CEO, off in his jet, flying through the air, while you're trying to get a measly $1,500 loan so you can buy a used car so you can get to your fucking piece of shit job day to day. All right, it ain't an Israelite in that jet; it's a fucking heathen. When you go to the gas station just to get some gas, who do you have to go to? Goddamn Ishmael or Elam. All right. When you need anything in this world, who do you go to? A heathen nation. But when you look behind the wall to see who's producing it, who's there? An Israelite. All right. Who's out there building them nice houses in the sub them $100,000+ houses? Who's out there building them throughout all weather seasons of the year? Issachar ass. All right. Northern Kingdom. Issachar, Ephraim, Zebulon. And I've seen it because I remember I was working with this one company. I used to deliver appliances. Northern Kingdom out there hard, hammering. They're not even talking. They're just working and moving. They'll tell you move. They coming through. They'll be taking a pallet of bricks. Watch out. They, working like fucking beasts. While some devil family is gonna move in and enjoy the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into building that house. While that Edomite father, he's working his computer job, making over 100,000 a year. He ain't never so much as he ain't even gotten a bruise on his. He don't even have calluses on his hands, man. This devil calling me. Hang on. That's proof right there, man. Just got a call from the boss. Talking about I did something. Hey, look, man. You devils, the hell that you make us live through, you're gonna have to go back through it. All right. So this is like there's 2 points I'm dealing with. The fact that us, the Israelites, we're at the bottom. We're making this shit run. But these devils are guilty. They're the ones that put us in this position. And you're not gonna go blameless into the sun. All right. You're not gonna just do how you did us and pretend like everything is okay. Every 10 minutes, I turn a corner, this motherfucker's texting me, man. I'm on the job right now. I'm on my 30-minute break. What the fuck is he calling me for? Why? Because Deuteronomy 28:44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And we're the tails here, and you bastards are the heads. And of course he's the Edomite. All right? All right, the next one, man. Hey, you devils are something else, man. It would be more professional of you if you could just all own up to just being devils. If you were just all assholes about it. Yeah, we had you niggers in slavery. Dun dun dun. What you gonna do? We gonna fight this war out with your Lord, and we gonna see what happened. No, but y'all wanna pretend like you're just so good, and clean. Where were you good devils at when we needed you? When we were slaves? Where were you good devils at? When Hey, Exodus chapter 1. I'm going to start it just to show an example of how we've always been treated. Let me see. Exodus. God. Yep, Exodus chapter 1. I'm going to start at 12. It says, but the more, you know what? I'll start at 11. Because this is what's going on today. Exodus 1 and 11. It says, therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. All right, so the Israelites is the reason why the Egyptians rose to fame. It says they built treasure cities, and we have done the same today in this world. All right, that Edomite bitch, the reason why she's driving that car and that Israelite is sitting in the back seat is because we've built a society for her to prosper in, while we don't get to prosper in it. That was also in the Deuteronomy 28. It says we'll plant vineyards, but we don't reap it. Here it is. This bitch is telling us how, she's sitting there telling that Jake, oh, it's better now. Oh, we're not like that. I'm not like that. Well, why don't you give him the car keys then, bitch? Why don't you let him move into your house? Why don't you give him all of your and your family's clothing and money and resources, bank accounts, and then go live out on the street? Or how about you exchange your position in life for his? I bet you won't do that. All right, he's sitting in that back seat. He probably didn't have a car or whatever reason he had to catch an Uber. because we're under these curses. But you get to drive, you driving nice, you get to be in the heat all day while it's cold outside. When it's cold outside, you get to be in the cool. You don't have to work a job suffering through the elements. You don't have to work a job 80 hours a week. You getting fucking 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep. All right, not saying that me personally, but there's brothers that work that much in a week, man. 80 hours a week, like dogs, keeping this society going. But you devils are trying to dodge the blame. Nah, we didn't get to dodge our punishment. You don't get to dodge yours. All right. Verse 12, it says, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So here it is. You have us, the slaves. The more hell you give us, we're having more children. We're trying to have sex to escape the pain and suffering. But it says that they were becoming more grieved at us, the ancient Egyptians, which this is modern day Egypt. So they become more grieved at us today. Blacks are just they're lazy. They're loud. The Mexicans, they just want to come here illegally. Here it is. We've built up everything. Northern Kingdom come here and works his ass off. There shouldn't be a border. You should be letting every Latino and Hispanic person come here free of charge. Because what they gonna do when they get here? Work for you devils. They're gonna work for $5 an hour. What they should be getting charged, they should be getting paid $25 an hour. And growing up in the South, I seen some of that shit, man. Northern Kingdom will sit outside a Home Depot or a fucking Lowe's store and get picked up by a devil in a pickup truck and be dropped off later that night. And each of them would get like fucking $20, and they just helped build this devil's house, man. Verse 13, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor, and we're having to do it all over again. You devils make us serve with rigor. All right, at least back then you were honest that we were slaves. Now you're telling us that we're not slaves, but we're still working like slaves. You're deceiving us mentally, and you give us just enough shekels to be able to make it back to slavery the next day between all the rest of our expenses. All right, you devils are a bunch of liars. You're a bunch of hypocrites, and you're a bunch of liars. But it's all good because we're going to get to these type of things here soon. Amos chapter 9, verse 13, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Who's the plowman? The worker in the field. All right. And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and the hills shall melt. All right. So those that are working, which is us, we're at the bottom of society. Those doing all the manual labor. Those not getting any sleep. Those who they wake up in the morning. They see their child 2 times a day. In the morning when they ship them off to school, and at night while their children are asleep in bed, they kiss them on the head and go to sleep. That's only two times Israelites get to see their children throughout the day. The mother working the mother works the night shift so she can make sure the child gets to school, and the father is working the day shift. So the parents don't even get to see each other like that, and they don't get to instill the values in them that they want to. The qualities and values are being instilled by the school system, which further indoctrinates our people to keep us in this same perpetual cycle. All right. But that's not going to last forever, because the plowman is going to overtake the reaper. We're going to turn the tables in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai against you Edomites. That's why it says what it says in the verse previous, Amos 9 and 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doth this. All right. So we're going to possess you devils, and this is mainly dealing with the lands. All right. But we're going to, Salakia. Okay, yeah, I was getting that mixed up with that other one. But yeah, we are going to possess you heathen nations physically, and we're going to possess your lands. All right. It says, verse 14 now, and I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them, And that's something we'll finally be able to do that we can't do now. We work and we suffer. All right, brothers, wake up, go to work, and try to make it to camp day. All right, we're keeping this bitch rolling and afloat, and you devils can't say otherwise. You're just now mad that we're starting to stand up upon our feet. That Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is putting the spirit back upon us. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick, because a couple more just came to mind real quick. I believe that's Daniel. I believe that's Daniel 9, I want to say. I might be wrong, or is it Daniel 7? Let me see. Okay, yep, Khan, yep. Okay, yep, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, he being that last kingdom, or you Edomites, specifically that's here on earth, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right, and that's what they're doing. They're wearing us out like dogs. All right, but you devils are blameless. Oh well, not me. Oh well, I would have stood up. No, you didn't, because you didn't stand up. So you wouldn't have done anything, and you didn't do anything. You devils are a bunch of liars. And I'm gonna have the video up that I'm talking about, but it's just like, man, these devils, they don't, like the brother was saying, especially Edomite woman. They've benefited the most from this type of setup. They work the least. Every time I look over, I see a nice car. Who in it? An Edomite bitch, or since I'm up here in Michigan, Dearborn, it'll be an Ishmaelite, because these Edomites and Ishmaelites are in bed. You look over, you see a fucking Mercedes. What is, I forget that model. It's the high end Mercedes Benzes and shit. You look over, it'll be an Edomite bitch. You look over in a Corvette, Edomite. You devils are wearing us out, and you're trying to. Matter of fact, because I got the main point. It says we're out the saints, and then you're doing this on top of it. Zechariah, yep, Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So that's the case that we're in. You devils possess us, and you don't find yourselves guilty. That's why a bunch of cops can shoot an unarmed citizen and say, we're going to do an internal investigation. We've determined that the acts of the police officer was within this county's policy. That's how you hold yourselves not guilty. And this says, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And that's the condition. That's how they live. We're y'all living out in the suburbs. Oh, they're just some low, stupid niggas. They just need to pick themselves up by the bootstraps. It's all their own fault. Man, get the fuck on, man. Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rachach, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk with them, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.